Hey, it's Cam with a WCBH mini episode. So get your strapping strap, the magic sponge doused, and the oranges cut, chilled, and quartered as we catch up with Kevonta Moses. Kevonta is a USA Rugby League player. Kevonta, welcome to WCBH.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
Start off by just giving us a little bit of your back.
Oh well, I played college football. In high school, I played basketball, football, track, anything I could get my hands on. And I learned about rugby after my final year of college, doing my pro day. I guess they sent my results to a couple teams around the world that play rugby, and that's when I got introduced. So I've been having fun, loving the game. I'm still learning, honestly.
It's so good to hear that rugby league and rugby union is there in America. When you refer to rugby, are you talking about rugby league or rugby union?
Honestly, I got into rugby union first. So yeah, I'm usually talking about union. When I say rugby league, I just usually say league. But yeah, our main one here is union.
So in terms of league, what position do you play?
Honestly, I don't know.
And I would call you a front rower or a prop. And is there an Australian player from the NRL that you've modelled your game on, or that you think that you play pretty similar to?
Honestly, I don't get a chance to watch them as much. I work as a teacher during the day, and then at night I got another job. So I like just work out and work all the time, and I barely watch any rugby. That's why I'm still learning. That's why I barely know my position.
All right, I'm going to send you some links after we finish of a player called Jason Taumalolo. He's a prop forward for the North Queensland Cowboys. When I've watched your highlights, you seem to play very similar to Jason Taumalolo, and like you're big, you only know one way, and that's forward. But what surprised me is how quick you are in that highlights package. How big and how fast are you?
Oh, well, I don't know my kg and centimeters,
Yeah.
but if you could translate that to your fans, 6'1.5" and 235 pounds. Good, good, cool. So the fastest I ran in the 40-yard dash, I don't know if y'all measure it like that, but I ran a 4.55, but I was like 220 when I did that. So I probably won't run that fast in Vegas, but I'll try to keep it close.
Well, they're pretty impressive stats. So 235, I'd say I'd need to do the calculations, but you'd be over 100 kg, and 6'1", that would be a little bit taller than the average, but it sounds like you're very fast as well. So pretty impressive out there on the field. What's your favourite thing about playing rugby league?
My favorite thing, I was just talking about this today. I love playing both ways. Like in the college football with the competition, either you play offense or defense, unless you're on a really bad team or you're the guy from Colorado, Travis. But yeah, so like I like being able to hit people, man. I used to only catch the ball and block. So now I get to tackle people. So I like that.
Okay,
And I like
fantastic.
that.
So
So my
in American football, you played in the offensive team, is that right?
Yeah, I played wide receiver and tight end. So I got to do some forward passes before I switched over to rugby.
Yeah, okay. Learn how to pass the ball backwards and you get to tackle as well. And in the Vegas Nines, you're playing for the Atlanta Copperheads. Do you also play for them in a domestic competition in the US?
Yes, we do. Like I was saying earlier, we used to be the Southwest Florida Copperheads. Last summer was our last year here in Florida. So starting next summer, well, summer of this year, we're gonna be switching over to Atlanta.
Okay, so relocation of the franchise from Florida up to Atlanta. And at the Vegas Nines, I see that the Copperheads are putting in a couple of teams in the men's Premier Division, the women's Premier Division, and the men's Community Division. So Copperheads is one of the bigger, more successful rugby league organisations there in the States.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then we got the two different cities. So a lot of our guys from Florida, they want to come play one last time with the guys, and we get to meet the Atlanta guys or the people that are going to be making the trip to play for the team still. So it's a good time to have this event for us because we get to do some team bonding and see what our skills are like.
And you got a pretty cool logo and jersey colours there. I've had a look at your draw in the Vegas Nines. You've got the Sacramento Immortals, NCR All Stars, Renegades Wide Bay, and Uniting Sporting Club. Do you know much about the opposition that you'll be taking on?
No, those all sound like some West Coast teams, and we usually only play here on the East Coast. So I think it'll be my first time meeting these guys. I'm not sure. We got other guys that are very experienced, like we got Wes Piggins. He's another USA team guy, and he won't be playing because he'll be playing against Scotland that weekend, guys.
When you're at Vegas, keep an eye out for a Darwin team. We've got one team over there. It's called Garamilla Duavata. They're playing in the women's community division. That's the team from my town. One of the big things that about rugby league in the States, it's promoted as no helmets and no pads. How do you feel about that?
That's what I left out when I was talking about my favorite things about rugby. I left that out because now my stiff arms are more effective. There's no helmet protecting you from it now, so I love it. Love is no helmets, no pad.
Sounds like you love the defensive aspect of rugby league as well. Do you follow a team down under?
Did see a team, Coogee Wombats,
Okay,
so I've been watching them a little bit.
okay.
I don't know what division they are. I don't think they're NRL. I think they're like a club team, but they're pretty good. And we played against them in Naples a few years ago when I was playing off and on, and they're cool guys. So I like to go and support them, watch as much of their stuff as I can.
Yeah, so they're a Sydney-based team, the Coogee Wombats, and I see that they're over there at the Nines. But maybe I'll help you out a bit later and suggest some NRL teams that you could follow. Do you get the NRL on streaming services over there? I know here
Oh yeah.
we've seen a huge explosion in the accessibility of the NFL. So a lot of Australians are like myself who really start to follow the NFL now because we can pick a team and we can watch the games week in week out through the streaming services.
Oh yeah, we definitely get a lot of NRL and rugby stuff here. Our rugby house here has a lot of nights where they come over and watch the game with us. So I remember the last game I got to watch. It was college players, but they were huge. It was like North versus South or something, or I
Okay.
think it was the States game or something like that.
Okay, that might be Queensland versus New South Wales State of Origin. That's probably one of the biggest games, or three games in a year. After the Vegas Nines, will you get an opportunity to go to Allegiant Stadium and watch the NRL season opener?
Yes, I will. I'm excited for that.
Have you?
Up, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so. That will be so good. You'll get to see three games, two NRL games, so four teams coming over from Australia, and then two teams coming over from England. I think it's Leeds and Hull KR, the defending premiers from England. How good's that stadium, Allegiant? Have you been there before?
I haven't. I'm excited to see it, and it's gonna save me some money because I'll be in Vegas probably losing. So good thing we had it set up for us.
Very good. Who do you follow in the NFL?
I like my home team. I'm from Georgia, so I like the Falcons, even though we don't do well.
Yeah, I've been following the Cincinnati Bengals for the last couple of seasons, but I'd love to get over to the States one day and get to one of the SoFi Stadium or Allegiant or I'd also like to get up to see the Buffalo Bills play in one of those really cold climate games.
Yeah. So yeah, you won't catch me there. Good luck. Not a fan of that cold weather. That's what I'm thinking about Australia. I'd rather dry out in the desert.
Yeah, well, speaking about Australia, like any plans one day maybe to come down, watch an NRL game or play some ball down here?
Yeah, I'm looking for opportunities to try to play some ball. I just got my passport, and I'm trying to work on getting me a skill visa so I could be there for a few years. Because I teach, so hopefully, yeah, I need some teachers and ballers. So I'll be there.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit later as well, because that sounds like a great prospect for a rugby league club who's looking for a gun front row forward. Hey, we've been talking with Kevonta Moses from the Copperheads, from the Atlanta Copperheads. He's about to participate in the Las Vegas Nines as part of the NRL season opener. Kevonta, thanks so much for joining us on WCBH.
Thanks for having me, man. It's fun talking to you. I learned a lot.
And that's full time on this WCBH mini episode.